think Annie somehow is Jane.
Yes, that's what I think. And I think Bean is Link.
Yes. Which is not gonna work because they can't exist at the same time.
Right. But we've not seen
No, no,
Bean.
no, 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 no. I don't think Bean is Link. I think Bean is, what's that other baby?
Billy? Welcome back to Grown Folks Talking. I'm your host, CK Caesar, joined by my co-host.
Lola Chanel.
And we are going to do our best and try and wrap up Paradise Season 3, Episode 8.
This was us going down the rabbit hole.
Just
circling the drain.
dive
ahead first.
Yeah. So a synopsis, Lola.
Exodus. Worlds collide. Time is of the essence for Xavier. Link and his team spring into action. Sinatra puts it all on the line.
Yes, she did.
My God, on tonight. When I say this season, I'm like, this was for the conspiracy theorists. This season was absolutely for the people who be down in basements. Like, there are aliens under the Colorado airport. Okay? Stay with me.
This is all the Gary Mailman where he was just like listening.
But see, Gary wasn't as bad. This is for the people who are like, everybody grab your tinfoil hats.
Yes.
And we're gonna go.
For sure. And
we're
that's
gonna
not
go.
me. I'm like,
baby, I was like, when we was talking about the videos and I was seeing the videos, I was like, I would have never gotten that. First of all, my attention span is already short. So we're here. I'm staying focused. However,
which videos?
I missed that. There was one video where they were counting the nosebleeds, and I didn't even realize that I didn't connect the nosebleeds to the end when Link had a nosebleed and Xavier had a nosebleed. I was like, but baby, they was counting the nosebleed when the man had said that Jane was bad girl. They was looking at the AOL chat box, and
I saw that.
And I was like, baby, I missed that.
For sure.
I missed that one. It didn't clock with me.
Not at all.
But let's get into this episode, and I want to start with the end.
Okay, please.
Because what have I been harping on all season? When are you gonna tell that lady that you hunched on that lady?
Now,
and Miss Ryan Michelle Bethay was talking in they podcast, and she said you omitted that, and he talked about some they just met,
which I'm like, they did. This is my wife.
Y'all was fighting crime all day. And not one time when y'all was doing your little slow walk catch-ups did you mention, yeah, and I may or may not have hunched on my therapist. So you sit here talk about this is my therapist, Dr.
I gotta go.
And then I gotta go. Terry ain't dumb. She's a very smart lady, so she like.
I was gonna be team Xavier, but like you said, they were walking, and he was like, "You missed a lot." So,
everybody down in the comments talk about he had made sure
she was there. He didn't know.
He didn't know, and he grieved her. It was 2 years. Okay, but she didn't know if he was alive either. Just because he said he was going to the bunker, anything could have happened to him while he was down in that bunker. And she held out. She said, I got to find my husband. I need to know. I've got to make my way to the bunker. I'm sure he's alive. Maybe he's not alive. I've got to know for myself before I can move on.
But on his side,
I'm never taking the side of a man, even if it is Sterling K. Brown with his fine self. Never taking the side of a man.
On his side, he had every reason to believe she had gone on to be with him had Sinatra not showed up.
Sure.
But so It's
not.
a valid point. But you're not gonna
Him
take his
hunched
side,
on
so
that
I
lady.
say it.
I'm not going. I'm not going. And while we're also into the insanity of this episode, baby girl, she was more excited to see that white boy than her mama.
That was one of the things I want to talk about when it comes to people. My
Seriously,
teenagers being teenagers. Your mom dead 3 years.
you
Your
you
dad
had
left to go find
presumably
her. You see her after
after
thinking
so long,
so
that
long.
baby been underneath the bunker for 48 hours.
Yeah,
He been missing,
right.
and he
Family
not even
group
missing.
hug. Like just good to love you, miss you, wherever. See the boy and you left. Ma'am.
I mean, instantly. I mean, and tucking him down. My mama
Right.
would have snatched me by the back of my neck.
I
Girl,
couldn't
what?
get 2 steps away. Not 2 steps away, 3 years
Like,
been
hey,
dead.
I've been gone for years.
Yes.
This little nigga, he was just in jail for 2 days.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote. He wasn't dead. He
Right.
wasn't. Ain't nobody take him out. He was in jail.
Yes. Bunker
Your
jail.
daddy been gone for 40 days and 40 nights.
Right.
Your mama been gone all your life. But you, I said,
Time out. She gets a timeout. Timeout. Time
that
out.
tech. She gets a text. Go sit in the penalty box like the hockey teams.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that was what I wanted to note.
Those
So
were the two
would you
wildest
back
things to
so
me.
say again?
I said those were the two wildest things to me.
Agreed, agreed. Let's talk about the timeline,
Let's
multiverse.
go down
I
the
didn't
rabbit
realize what's
hole,
going on till the internet told me so much.
baby. Well, because but it makes sense. So we know what Alex is now. Alex is basically an AI
Quantum
um
computer from
quantum computer, and somehow the crazy little computer can manipulate time and space.
yes.
And so now we are going down the rabbit hole of
The note that I looked up was that the creators of the show called Paradise a block of cheese with non-linear time manipulation. So time is past, present, and
and
future
future.
occurring simultaneously rather than in a line.
But they can't be together. So if you're in the bunker,
Uh-huh.
it, you can't exist in the same time and space together, which is why Link was able to go inside the bunker
Mm-hmm.
because past Link is dead, so he doesn't exist inside the bunker. So because Alex is controlling the time and space and everything is happening at once,
Mm-hmm.
but like most things, when they're like, you can't go into the future, your future self can't see you because of it,
Right.
then it'll mess up the
Back to the future.
trajectory of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
They can't exist at the same time in the same space.
Okay.
So because past Link then went on to glory, this time Link can exist with Sinatra in the bunker.
Okay.
Stay with me.
I'm
The
trying.
Flash. Think of the Flash.
Oh
You know
yes.
how all of the
Yes.
Flashes,
Yeah, the in the yes. I
yes,
forgot what
the
they called it.
continuum. They
The
can't stay
continuum.
for long
Yes. Or
together.
the waifs or the
It'll
thing.
start to glitch and mess up. You can't stay long. You can't take nothing.
Right.
So
That's right.
that's what's happening here.
I just needed, you know what? Maybe
To
if they
for
would have, or maybe I'm just not smart enough. I needed more that
I
because
wasn't
it was
smart
going
enough.
along like normal, and
Um,
then 7 and 8, and I was just like, my mind, I don't.
which makes sense about Annie because Annie can't give birth to Annie and be alive.
Did she give? So is she saying? Are we
I don't
saying?
think she gave birth to Annie. I think she gave. I think Annie somehow is Jane.
Yes, that's what I think, and I think Bean is Link.
Yes, which is not gonna work because they can't exist at the same time.
Right, but we've not seen
No, no,
Bean.
no, 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 no. I don't think Bean is Link. I think Bean is what's that other baby?
Billy.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't think
oh,
because they can't exist at the same time,
same
and
time.
Link and Bean, Link and Bean are there at the same time after everybody is out of the bunker.
Right, right. So they are two different people.
So, so I feel like Bean is Billy, and
Mm-hmm.
the reason Billy had to go so early is because we had to get Bean with
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
because
that would make sense because
past
how
Bean,
Bean saw person getting killed. He has no family.
he
Oh,
has,
oh,
and
wow.
why he's so close to Xavier.
Yeah. So we're saying that this show is a rewatch show.
Oh,
To,
absolutely.
this is Sixth Sense
I
all
I've
over.
got to go back to season 1 and watch all 16 episodes, and then I'm gonna have to do the exact same thing right before season 3 starts again because, yeah.
Yeah. So one rabbit hole I went down was Alex was named after the lady who had Huntington's disease.
Mm-hmm.
So Link named Alex or after that woman,
Okay, so we have to go back. Link met a professor.
the professor,
The professor,
wife.
it, wives had Huntington's.
Hey, right, correct.
Then we go back and remember Billy went and killed the professor
Right,
for the intellectual property of Alex,
right.
because then we jump back and we realize the professor and, well, not Link and the professor, because Link really can't be known by Sinatra because Alex is already manipulating time.
Yeah,
Alex is already manipulating time with what Link built. So they realize, oh, hey, what we're creating is is kind of warping our time. We're already in the future, but she's already, but we're in the past still. Like we're in the present. She's already in the future, but somehow, some way, the different timelines are all right here in our hands, and we have to stop it. So that's how we get there.
now
Simple.
the rabbit hole that I saw was that professor's wife, whose name was Alex. You see her in season 1 and in the diner with Xavier and Dr. Tarabi, and how he had his back to the wall so he could see the door, and he noticed this older woman cutting something with her knife, and he was questioning because the way she was cutting that knife seemed odd for a person her age. And that lady in the internet video looked like the professor's wife. In
Oh, but how would she have gotten down there? He was dead. I'm gonna have to go
theories.
down there. I'm gonna have to go down that rabbit hole. Another rabbit hole.
Okay.
Link and the bearded man
Who?
that died
Yeah.
may be Sinatra's husband, and the husband that we see is a figment of Sinatra's imagination.
That she is back in love with that dude.
Yes, yes,
So then the older gentleman is Link's dad.
yes.
That would explain his fatherly kind of approach where he was like, "We got to go." And oh, okay.
And
I
when
can
he
see that.
died, he was very devastated.
Yeah. Okay.
And how he can also exist within the bunker because this is a figment of her imagination. But then, is it really a figment of Sinatra's imagination? Because at the end,
Right. She's
they they at the end, the daughter runs up and hugs him and is like, "Where's mom? Where's mom?" I'm so confusion about
I'm not
this.
sure
I'm
about
gonna have to watch everything.
Yes, I'm not sure about Figment, but to your point, with it, you've helped make me understand the multiverse because ending episode 8, I was like, I didn't see all the layers. Let's just put it like that. I was like, they answered some questions. They finally got out of the bunker, which is great. And
Mhm.
then, but I didn't know what questions to ask. I was like, okay, we're about to go to a new place.
So the question now is, now that user X Xavier has the chip and has to go on this journey down to Alex, which is under the Colorado,
Denver,
the
Colorado
people,
Airport.
the Denver, Colorado airport, the people and the conspiracies that I somehow managed to
With the
go
blue
down
horse,
about
the
the
Lucifer.
about the aliens that live down, the bunkers that's down there, and for the elites and all the things.
Yes, and the statue, the blue
Yeah.
Mustang, also called Lucifer, but it was the statue is known is the person Luis Jimenez, the artist, the person who's made that statue, was killed because a piece of fiberglass severed his artery and he died. So they equate that to Link, since Link created Alex. That and there was a shot of Lucifer that this could be
Yeah.
Link's arc that Alex may be his demise. They think he about to be unalive.
Which I want to see how it turns out, because like, how do we what happens now? What do we do now? Like, what's the next? I'm gonna just keep going down the rabbit holes and start from season 1 again.
Well, when you do, I just want to know, is Alex trying to do the right thing, or is Alex, like most AI, turned and is like, humans, we can't figure out, so I need to wipe everything out and just
I think that Alex is
Skynet.
trying to, yeah, I don't you really don't know, because then I went down the rabbit hole of Alex is the one who is controlling the storms. Alex is
Yeah,
the one
maybe.
controlling the storms, and the reason why we got the people down to the bunker immediately. And it's just like, I don't.
I'm not sure about that. There's a other part of me is like, Dan Fogelman, the writer showrunner, smart guy, writer, has written all types of stuff. This is the
He
kind of person.
definitely be down to them Reddit chat rooms. This is this is one night I was just really bored, and I said, let me go see what these crazy people are down here talking about. And
Mhm.
he went into a deep dive and said, you know what? That's what I'm gonna make a show about that. Just go
But
fuck the people up.
but in his writing abilities and teams and all that kind of stuff, are we, the public, making it harder than what it really is? When we get to season 3, because it's going to only be 3.
Oh, that's what he wants. He's like, keep going down the rabbit hole. I'm gonna take y'all ideas.
And
Give
turn it into
me more. Tell me. Okay, so now that so they can't exist. So who do I bring back to life? It's Cal Bean. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Annie is Jane's grandmother, and Annie is the birther who is gonna give birth to Jane, baby Annie. So Annie is the grandmother. See
Go
how I
ahead.
got you confused?
You did. Do it again. Do it again.
Exactly, because that's what he doing. That's what he want. Annie is the grandmother.
Okay.
Annie's baby is the mother. Jane is the granddaughter.
Oh. And then that could work because Jane was like, wouldn't kill you because I need, essentially how we said in our other.
I can't kill my paternal grandmother. My grandmother died giving birth to my mother. I
Mm-hmm.
have nobody. I'm an orphan. I cling to Sinatra because I found out that she is my paternal grandmother.
Or
That'll make sense. But
that does make sense,
it's
but I don't think Jane is that smart as a
it makes great
sociopath.
TV though, because now we're all spiraling,
We
trying to
are
figure out
spiraling.
who okay, how does this work? Because it still doesn't make sense what the baby is here for. We know how we got Link and who Link is and what
Mm-hmm.
he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's Dylan
Right.
from another multiverse.
Yes.
The Dylan that didn't die, who created Alex, which is now
Right.
everybody just keep your tinfoil hats on while watching this.
And get another one.
If
So
you're
like
not
when
a
that
conspiracy
wears down,
theorist,
you got
this
a new.
show is yeah. This if you're not a conspiracy theorist and you don't want to go down the rabbit hole, this show will confuse you.
Yeah.
However, so I was confused, but
It
now I
will
have to
make you
go
one
down
because
the
I'm not a
rabbit hole.
conspiracy
I'm not a
theorist,
conspiracy theorist.
but I'm like, well, now
Then
point.
people got bunkers down in Colorado. I got to call the people and tell them they got bunkers down in Colorado. They shut down Dollar Tree. They is for real. Have you ever seen that video?
No, I
No,
did.
I
Moving
be on
on.
TikTok too much.
One other point that I wanted to ask: did Sinatra's act this last episode redeem you in her eyes? This was kind of her
Oh
redemption arc.
no,
She was. Tell me why? Because you think in the beginning, season one, season
the
two.
man had already said Alex predicted that you were gonna die today anyway. So she's just like, I'm gonna die anyway. Somebody, something, or something, someone or something is gonna kill me. So I might as well go down with what I built.
Okay. But she been redeemed in your eyes, meaning this wasn't her final plan. Her plan wasn't to live in the bunker forever. Her plan essentially was to, I guess, help Alex and restart the world.
I
And
feel like some way, somehow, in her mind, when he listens and gets that card to Alex, it will be reset. She'll come back. So she's like, I'll die for now.
but
I
I'll be
might
back.
or might not come back. I don't know. What I wanted lives on.
All
What I
right. So
wanted lives on. I mean, you got to think about it. She was the brains, like we said before. She was the brains and the mastermind.
Mhm.
She had the plan. She wanted Alex to continue on. And in
Right.
order for Alex to continue on, she had to sacrifice herself because she already knew she was going to die.
In episode 8, she knew she was gonna die when he told her, "You gonna die."
You right. Sure, you
But
right, Ray Ray. Still
it,
don't ain't no redemption. Because I do believe because she went down there to talk to Alex
yeah, I think get
and
more
everything was going to smithereens.
right.
And if it would have blown up in the way that it would have blown up in Exodus, I feel like Alex would have been damaged.
Oh yeah, okay.
So we don't get the multiverses. We don't get to fix her
Mhm.
because they didn't want to fix her. They didn't want to fix Alex because they didn't want Alex to be solely in charge of bending time. Nobody wanted that.
And then my other question is, are there two Alexes? Is there one underneath? There's one. Did she travel to the Alex under the airport?
Well, that's the thing. Remember,
I
if we put our tinfoil hats on,
Okay.
there's a train that runs from the bunker to the airport.
Okay.
So she
So
can
Alex.
get it's like so she can get to and fro.
Right, right.
You
But
did
there's only one
she
Alex.
was on the there's only one Alex.
Okay.
Remember she was on the train. So
Okay.
she goes down, she gets on the train, she goes
And talks to him.
and talks to Alex.
All
But
right.
when the bunker blows up, can't get on that train anymore. So she can't use that.
Yeah.
He has to walk and travel
To get to Alex.
to get to Alex.
Okay.
Everybody put your tinfoil hats on.
Put your tinfoil hats on. What would you like to see in season 3? I want out while you think about that. I need I need a clear exposition where they have either the teenager, the boy, someone explains to me like I'm a kid about this time thing and where people are so we all can know.
I think we might have to watch the podcast for that for them to. I don't. I I think we might get more answers from that, but I don't think that we'll get a clear cut of okay, here's the timeline. Here's who's who. Here's
Yeah,
how they blend and how we get here.
right. It makes more sense to have people try and figure it out because that
It's so much fun.
it is. It is. No, yeah. I'm trying to get a cheat code, and everybody's like, no, 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 no. Let's go through this.
Go go down through when I say my TikTok was like, "Oh, you like that? Here's more." Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you about the conspiracy theories that these are based on in real life.
Oh.
I can't go down that one because then I'll be in my room talking. Cause now I'm Gary. No, not even I'm Gary. I'm the man who killed Cal.
Oh,
I'm the construction guy
yep.
who was building.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna die building this damn bunker, and they're not even gonna let us in.
Yep. Yep. We can't
Now
even
he
get in.
killing the president, which sucks because it's like he wasn't even the one calling the shots. He just killed an innocent man. He don't even know what's going on. He's just the face.
He is just face, but we may have seen. I want to see his his pre-past self in season 3.
His multiverse self.
His multiverse self. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the daddy. That's Sinatra's husband.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You've convinced me on that. That makes total sense. Wow. Didn't think this show, how it started, was going to be how we are. But I do appreciate that I heard it, someone say Sterling said 3 seasons, which I was like, perfect.
I think 3 seasons is enough because if you go any longer than 3 seasons, you start to just throw
stuff at the wall.
At the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Because we didn't have to have this whole back thing with Annie just for us to kill her off. And
which
this
you
is
said
episode 1 still.
Yep. Which you said, why are we having her? Why is she here if she was lasted 2-3 episodes? But if she's part of the multiverse and she's
part of the multiverse,
she gave grandmother of Jane, then she makes sense.
I really don't know if that's her arc, but we know that she's tied to Link.
Yes, she's tied to Link, but that arc makes sense.
It does.
Another theory that I was like, oh, this is interesting on the track that Alex is trying to help is that people have died because of medical issues. So old Dylan died because of a Sinatra's baby's medical issues. Jane, preeclampsia. Not Jane. Annie had a preeclampsia. And there was somebody, and the professor's wife. Their theory was maybe Link created the Alex so people wouldn't have to suffer. There's medicine or medical
or ways to keep them from succumbing.
Right. And then how the wider scope in the real world is how medicine and technology are being used to help with these terminally ill diseases like Huntington's disease, stuff like that. So I was like, interesting. And if you watch any medical show, Grey's Anatomy, and how you can see over time how technology has, whether it's real, at least being thought about. So art imitating life, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so that's all I have for Paradise. Yeah, this has been a bumpy rabbit hole.
I'm along for the ride.
Yeah, but the rewatch is going to be interesting. I will over the summer.
Now that you have more context, it should be interesting. Yes. Jesus is on the main line.
Conspiracy theorists over the summer. We'll see. Tell us
Hey, I think I am.
and if you are, drop your theories on Paradise. I can't go anymore on because theories on Paradise. Did Sinatra redeem herself in your eyes, or has she once a villain, always a villain?
I've
Is
been talking to the
Alex
people
for
in the
good?
comments.
Say again.
I've been talking to the people in the comments.
Yes, you have. Same, same, same. Like, oh, I forgot to tell y'all to like at the top of the show. Like, subscribe. Us.
You're redeeming yourself. You are redeeming yourself because you ain't been Goggle Girls 3 years.
3 years. Yes, yes. I'm Terry.
For as long as we've been in the bunker.